Sat Shri Akal, Sadia Nu. So today's video I'm going to talk about looking after your elders. So I'm from New Zealand and I'm married. He's playing. So I'm from New Zealand and I'm married to a Punjabi man, and yeah, I guess the way that the Western world looks after their elders is very different to the Indian culture, I guess Asian cultures in general. So I wanted to start by saying that I need no disrespect to Pakeha, no disrespect to Indians. I'm just telling my thoughts and feelings about this. So I'm just talking about Pakeha when I talk about Kiwis, because I know Māori look after their elders. When my husband and I were getting quite serious, he told me how he has to look after his parents, and that he wants to, they mean so much to him, and it's a big thing in the Indian culture that you look after your parents, and they only have one son. So he told me from the get-go that if you want to be with me, we will be living with my parents eventually, and helping them. So of course I was young and I was like, oh my goodness, no worries, I just want to be with you. I will do anything and everything to be with you. So I was a little bit naive. I didn't realize the seriousness of it. So it's just, yeah, it's crazy to me. In New Zealand, we have lots of rest homes. Every suburb, there'll be a rest home, and that is where your parents go when they're old and they can't look after themselves anymore. It's not very known for Pakeha to look after their parents. You wouldn't have your parents living with you, if that makes sense. Kind of when you're 18 or old enough to move out of the house, you don't really live with your parents ever again. And I think that's also a stubborn thing for Kiwis, because they don't want help, if that makes sense. They want to know that they can fight through whatever and do it themselves, without extra help. Whereas in the Indian culture, it's just a given that you will you're good, that you will you will have help as you get older. I've been to India one time and it made a lot more sense once I was there. There's so much family always around. There's a lot of friends, family, even your next door neighbors, 9 times out of 10 are related to you somehow. So you've always got your loved ones around, and I think that's the thing. In India, they help each other. So at the moment, my in-laws are living in India, but they come to New Zealand for half of the year. This is just because of their visas. Soon New Zealand is actually going to have a visa, I believe. It's like a 5-year visa, and there's no, don't have to leave after a certain amount of time and then come back, which will be really good because, again, my in-laws are coming all the way from India to live with us. That's a massive change for them, so I'm so grateful that they're doing that for us. It's a massive sacrifice they've done and a massive compromise they've done. That's another reason why I want to help them. I want to support them as much as I can, because the things they're doing for us and our babies are amazing. I think it's crazy now that I've been able to think about it more, that we don't help the Pakeha don't help their parents as they get older. It's not to say that you don't love your parents, it's just you are your own person and you have your own life. But in the Indian culture, for what I've seen anyways, your children are your life, and you work so hard to give them a good childhood, and then your children will kind of give back to you by looking after you as you get older, if that makes sense. It's kind of what I've seen anyways. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've been really honest with my husband. I'm like, look, I don't want to ever resent them. I don't think it's fair for them if I get annoyed down the line, if I have to make sacrifices somewhere, because my boys are going to be in sport, hopefully, if they want to, of course. They're going to be in school, they're going to be really busy, and if I have to miss out on events and things like that because obviously looking after his parents and things, I don't want it to ever become an issue. And yeah, so we've had some really good communication about it. We have talked about how my husband's grinding now, he's working so hard now, that won't be an issue in the future, hopefully, if all goes well, because this recession we've got going on is, that's a subject in itself. But yeah, he said I will look after my parents and you can help, if that makes sense. Our boys will help as well. They will help as they get older. They will help their grandparents. Another reason why I really want to learn Punjabi is so I can communicate better with my in-laws, because when you're not feeling very well, the last thing you want to worry about is trying to communicate what you're feeling. If you've got pain in your chest, you got a sore tummy. Like, I don't want them to have that stress. I don't want them to be feeling like they can't communicate with me. That's just not fair. So yeah, that's another reason why I really want to learn Punjabi, so that I can communicate with them better. If all goes well, my in-laws will live with us in New Zealand, and we'll, you know, raise our boys here. We have 2 boys. This is Avitaj. The other thing I've got to remember is my in-laws are compromising so much to be here in New Zealand with us. So there is going to be compromising from everyone. So I have to compromise in some ways too. Same with my husband. So the main goal is that we're all in a good, healthy household and thriving all together and growing as a family. So another thing I would say is, if you are in an interracial marriage or relationship, like just starting out, these are the serious things you need to talk about at the very start, kind of what you're expecting from each other, which my husband did tell me from the very start, that his parents would be living with us. So yeah, just make sure you're on the same page with everything. There's big differences in cultures, so and there will always be some compromising. So as long as you're working as a team, that's the end goal, is working and growing together. But always have those hard conversations, just so you know where you expect things to be in the future, if that makes sense. Anyways, ciao, ciao, Tika. Bye bye.